welcome to another episode of PhDyer. I hope you had a wonderful week of making. I've had a so-so week. I feel like most things that I did, I ended up having to tear back, or I ended up having to tear out with my cross stitch. So I ended up getting those things done, but it took like 3 times. So I hope you had a better week than I had, because it wasn't that productive for me. My main project I've been working on has been my Veeder shawl. It's grown quite a bit. It's tangled. I'm in the middle of a row, sorry. So I did this striped section here, like 5. Sorry, she's making me laugh. So I did this striped section here. There's like 5 repeats of these little garter stripe sections. So I finished up, we were right about to this lace section last time we spoke, and then this week I got done those stripey sections there. So it's looking really nice.
Nice, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is really beautiful. I like it. It's really soft too, because most of it is mohair. I'm actually getting kind of scared because but I guess this is a lot of mohair. I don't knit with mohair that often. This is probably going to go a long way. I don't have that much of the other color left either. Oh yeah, I do. A good amount of that. But yeah, so I'm excited about this. Oh, and Samantha made me a little... So I love the toadstools from the Woolen Brew. And she made me little toadstools of my own. She made me like a set of 3. And so I put one on here, and then I put one on my other project that I'm about to show you.
Oh.
So this has been my main project, and then I think the last like 5 days or so, I took up a test knit for a lady that sort of, she promoted me a whole lot in the beginning of WoolenWomenFibers and PhDyer. She's from France. She is, and I don't know how to say her name well because I think it's French, La Tricatus Designs. She's Lily Langman, but I don't know how to say her actual design name. But she designed the summer meadow top and asked me if I would test knit either an extra small or an extra small. And I've actually chosen to test knit the extra small just because the listed bust size is 27 inches. I'm normally like a 30 or 32. So with the positive ease, because it gives about 4-inch positive ease with the yarn I'm using, I think I chose the extra small because I wanted it to be really form-fitting like it shows in the picture. And I think with the ease and with blocking, that's how that'll kind of come out. So I'm using my Outlaw colorway. It's a nice tonal brown, like a tan color, and I haven't knit anything prior in this. I had plans for it with Barefoot Through the Forest and to use this as color work in my Strange Brew sweater I wanted to cast on, but I've put the Strange Brew on the back burner to get this test knit done for her, and I ended up using this for it because she wanted a semi-solid or a solid for this particular piece, and so I thought this nice like tan color would match with like a jean jacket if I want to wear it in the fall, or in the summer it'll go really good with a pair of sandals. It's kind of neutral, so I think it'll go with a lot. So I'm just about finished the chart for the ribbing section. This is called, I think, a twisted barley stitch. She has like this chart that we have to finish by September 9th. I only have like this few rows at the top here to finish. And then I should be done that part. Oh, and I'm going to start the cable work at the top. So I'm not too happy with the stitch definition on it. I do think that could have been better, but now that I'm looking at the shirt on here, it looks pretty good. And I think after blocking it'll look better. But yeah, I'm almost done that section. So I predominantly worked on this for the last like 3 days to try and get some headway on this, because by September 9th, stage 2, which is having this chart finished, is due. said, I think like 5 days ago she had the swatch. I did the swatch and I finished that stage 1, and then so this is stage 2, and then stage 3 literally just says finish the garment. So I'm gonna have like I think 7 to 9 days to finish the whole shirt after that. But it doesn't have sleeves and it should go pretty quick because it's just garter. I think it's just garter knitting, mindless garter knitting all the way up with a few increases, and then you decrease at the top where the sleeves kind of go in a little bit. And then the top here is like a honeycomb pattern, so that might be a little bit of a slower knit than the actual bodice. But yeah, it's going really well. So that and the Vita shawl have been like my main focus for the most part. And I've actually moved the Vita shawl to this huge shawl bag because it's growing so quick. It was actually growing out of the bag. For stitching, I've mainly worked on the Witch's Brew project. I've actually entered it in the craft along for Real Big Stitch, if anybody knows her. So I have, as of last night, Witches done, because this is going to be Witch's Brew.
That looks great.
Yeah, and actually, if you look at it up close, I got like a little worried when I was doing the W, because it kind of looked like just bun-jumbled stitches. And since I don't predominantly stitch, I didn't know that there was something called a 3/4 stitch. And on the pattern, it just has like this little triangle, as if half of the square is filled. So I originally started by doing like a half of a stitch, like instead of an X, just 1/2, because I thought that's what that meant. And it looked really awful. So then I looked it up, and it says about a 3/4 stitch, which makes like a corner. So I tried doing that, and I think the lettering came out a lot better the second time around. So yeah, so I tried doing that, and I think it came out a lot better the second time around. And so now I know how to do a 3/4 stitch. So I'm excited. I get to move on to the teapot. I don't look centered here, though. What is that? Am I supposed to be centered? Ooh, I am. That's not good. I'm gonna have to add like a heart or something over there. I think I'm gonna do witches. Okay, so like what I just noticed is up at the top, you have like this lace pattern, and witches is actually supposed to be centered along this lace pattern, which obviously I did not do because there's all this space over here. So they have little hearts around the teapot. I think I'm gonna add a little heart up here, and I'm gonna do witches, and then I'm gonna offset Brew down here and do the teapot like it normally would be, or something to kind of make it look a little more organically placed instead of like a mistake, because I am not tearing that out. I refuse. If you know how many times I tore out that W, you wouldn't blame me. So I'm not sure what to do about that now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep the teapot centered, and then I'll offset Brew. I don't know if that'll look weird. I'm gonna have to think about that now. What do you think about that? Oh,
What?
She's counting. I didn't center witches. I was gonna add a heart here.
Oh, okay.
Keep the teapot center, and then put Brew a little bit offset over here.
Oh, okay.
So that they're like offset from each other from the teapot.
Okay.
Do you think
I don't
that'll
see
look
why that'd
alright?
be bad.
Cause that sucks. I didn't center it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that. I wonder if there's something, if I keep them all offset to the left, if there's something I can put on the right hand side maybe.
Here's a wonky stitch for some reason.
Well, that really sucks. Cause now when I do the lace pattern on the side, it's gonna be like right up against the words. I'm kind of thinking I need to tear it out and do it over again now. I don't know. I know, it's so much to tear out.
It's fine. It's your
Brew can
picture.
go down here, I guess,
Well,
but now I feel weird
Alright,
about
I can't talk at all.
it. Okay, maybe I'll put the teapot right here and then put Brew.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna
Or
do
the teapot right under the witches.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do
I
something.
mean, you're a little off, but that's all got to be filled in, Andrew, remember?
What?
That side, both sides has a whole thing, like the top.
Yeah, I know. It's going to come right up against the word now, though.
Yeah, but that, well, I think it'll still look good.
Yeah, it is.
You could put some spiders in.
That's what I mean. I think I'm
Backstitching.
just going to have to figure out how I want to place it now. I'm wondering if I could just put Brew right under Witches and then put the teapot over here on the left. I kind of like that idea a lot. And just move everything. Everything's going to be moved. It's not going to be looking like the actual pattern is. So this is the actual pattern. But like I said, I'm going to move this teapot and move Brew up, I think. So it'll look completely different than what they had intended. But I think it'll still be really pretty. So, and then that'll be neat because me and Mommy will have two different since we're doing the same pattern.
Unless I do it wrong, too.
So we'll see who can get it right. Good luck with those 3/4 stitches.
Well, you did the July one better than I did.
I hated the 3/4 stitches. They were not pleasant to get because it slows you down because you really have to look at which way the triangle is pointing. And then once you do them, it was like triangle, triangle, and an X, a full cross stitch X in the middle. You can't even see your triangles anymore. It just looks like a bunch of stitches, so I couldn't see where I was at. So then I stitched the words I stitched the S further down than it was supposed to be. I had to tear that out and start over again. So it was kind of not as pleasant as I would have liked it to be, but then once I got the hang of it, it was all right. So I think maybe the Brew part of it will go better now that I know what I'm doing. If you guys have seen the Seashore Stitchers, you know that we got presents from Jerry, a friend on Instagram, and she's a fellow stitcher and sent us some goodies, things that she's not stitching anymore. So she sent us a bunch of charts, and one of them is the Nantucket piece that I showed you. I think I showed you this last week. It's Nantucket. And I had said I wanted to maybe start on this one. I ended up going out and actually getting the colors. And I'm kind of surprised they're really muted. It's really true to the picture on the front. And it's a lot of muted blues, browns, and ecru kind of colors. But I really like that. So I went out and I got floss. And I'm really excited because we're going to start this one. We have fabric on the way that is it's sort of like the picture, but I think I might coffee dye it in spots.
Tea dye it.
Or tea dye it, yeah. I think somebody said if you mix coffee and tea, Priscilla and Chelsea said that makes a really dark stain, so maybe I'll end up doing that. But the chart is pretty hefty. But I'm excited because it's big and I can kind of take my time to look at it. And it's going to be a bigger piece. Probably up there with Hawk Run. Smaller than that, but it'll be one of the bigger pieces I work on. So, and of course I got my little thread cozy for this project.
That's tight.
We do need a lot of bags. So I'm starting to think I might double up on bags. I have my huge Hawk Run bag that just holds Hawk Run. I might put Nantucket in here as well. Yeah. And then start getting smaller bags, little Notions pouches to keep the threads separate for each project. Because this could fit so much more than what I'm actually keeping in here.
That could be held the floss.
And the tote bag, the crafting tote bag I have is borderline insane. So, no, it's actually reached an insane level. And I don't want to put any more bags in there because it's crazy. I can't. So I'm just going to start hoarding them in one bag. And you'll never know. We ended up deciding I was going to join in on the 3 spinners. Yeah, I'll show yours. I think instead of saying the 3 spinners, I'm going to put the Woolen Women down below.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I'm really liking that idea, and I'm just going to make it fit. And Mommy actually started hers.
Yeah.
She has boxed out. Oh, you have that little thing with the key in the corner there.
Yeah, put the key in there.
See that key in the corner?
I had to start it. It's just too great.
Yeah, so she started it. I love that muted green color. She's got, of course, got her little kitty with a catitude on there. Well, this one doesn't quite have an attitude like your cat.
Oh, I know.
It's smiling.
It doesn't have that
it's a cheerful cat.
My cat's like
It's not a murder cat.
But extremely happy and nothing bothers me.
Yeah, this one's got yarn, so it's happy. So, yeah, so I think I'm going to start this one, but we're going to call it the Woolen Women on mine instead of the 3 spinners, because it's 3 little ladies and they like floss, and so do we, so it works. Kimberly from the Fat Quarter Shop. She's our new friend now. Mommy says it's her best friend.
It's her best friend.
Because she put her on her stories.
She
so
did.
Mommy had a thing about
besties for life.
So
Oh
we are joining the stitch
her.
along that she's having in January, and we ordered everything for it, and it just came in the mail. And she took a picture of it and put it on her stories, and Kimberly like reposted it. So Mommy was screaming this morning. So
it's like she's famous.
We are doing this sew along, sew by row, and look how adorable this is.
But it really doesn't start.
It is so cute. We might do what Kimberly said and stitch like the side here, like one of these sides, and then leave it till January. It'll probably take me till January to do that small row.
My little thing.
Oh, did you do it already?
Yeah, the scissors, the top of the scissors. But I already messed it up.
Why?
I can't rip it out. I'd have to rip the whole thing out.
Why did you mess it up?
Because there was not supposed to be one in the right-hand corner or left-hand corner.
What do you mean the left-hand corner?
See how one's missing down the bottom of the scissor? Yeah, I didn't do it on that side. I forgot. I mean, I messed it up.
No, you didn't. There's one missing in the picture. Oh, I see.
See, I did one, and I'm not supposed to.
Yeah, it looks exactly... It's
you
fine.
Can't tell.
I mean, that's crazy.
I'm not ripping it out.
The nitpicker.
It's beautiful.
Here. I mean, you're telling... I got witches all the way to the left, which is a very, very noticeable difference.
Well, we're being driven.
And you're like, don't rip it out. Just make it up. She has, guys, one square. She has one square filled on this side that's not supposed to be there. And she said, I'm not going to rip it out. Or maybe I should rip it out. Like, no one's going to notice that one square. But she started the scissors without me. Because I got really into my test knit. And I got really into Witch's Brew.
And we're using 28 count now.
Oh, yeah. So this is 28 count what? Wasn't it Lugana?
Aida. No, Aida.
I thought we ordered something. Oh, this is what came with this.
No.
We ordered something weird.
That's from our... Oh, that's for another...
Oh, this is Zweigart.
That's for Nantucket.
Oh, yeah, Nantucket's going to be Lugana, I'm pretty sure. That's weird.
I think
It was something different that we haven't stitched
Aida?
on. No.
No.
This is Zweigart. Even
like
weave.
Zweigart,
18 count?
Even weave.
Or 28 count?
28.
28. Is it?
Yes.
It looks like an 18.
Oh, it might be. I cut it out of that one, didn't I?
It's an 18. It looks exactly like an 18.
Yeah, I'm a liar.
Go ahead and take a look.
Yeah.
But look at the beautiful colors. I'm really excited about the colors.
Now, we used the 18 Aida for our spinning witches.
Oh, okay. I could have swore this is 18. Wow. That's 28?
No, I think...
This is 18.
This is 18.
The other one is
28 that we bought is on...
the spinning witches. This is 28.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have a 28 for the spinning witches and then an 18 for... Sorry, we're nuts.
God
an
forbid
18...
want to follow in our lead because we're all messed up. Just DM us if you ever wanted to.
Well, I did put a lot of that in the down bar. I haven't added these on there, though, because we just kitted these up. These will be on our next Seashore Stitchers. And look at this bag that I have the spinners in. The 3 spinners.
Yeah, it's Samantha's.
I put it in here. Oh my God, it's so cute. I switched it. Nantucket was in this one, and I was like, no. Does not match Nantucket. It has to be the 3 spinners.
Yep. We gotta mark this off.
And the 3 spinners are like these.
I wreck it.
They're almost like drab colors, if I had to describe them, but I love them. They're like muted greens and browns, and like this ecru ivory type color. So,
show my other witch one right there. I finished it.
Right here. Oh, if you haven't seen the Seashore Stitchers, you're getting like a whole preview.
No, this wasn't shown finished. I had to do this.
Oh, okay.
You know, this stuff in there.
Oh my God, it looks so great.
It does, but it's all off center.
Look at that. The only thing she really changed was she didn't put the
I changed that, yeah.
The W originally had like a little square around it, like a background thing.
Yeah, she backgrounds the W.
Oh my God, they look great, your spiders.
I should put some spiders over there.
And she wrote wool twice.
I'm leaving it. I swear to God.
Okay, guys, it says, the finest wool since 1692. I wish we had a camera running 24/7.
I know. I do the craziest stuff.
Wait, her face.
When I read oh
your face. She was so excited. She was so excited. She finished the words and she went, wool. She went, wool. And I'm going, oh my God, what did you do? She's leaving it. She's actually decided.
Yeah. It's meant to be.
We're going to laugh at it.
Yeah. Their kids will be looking at it and go, oh, God, that moment.
At her
funny.
funeral, we're going to go, Aggie, the woolest of woolers. Oh, I'm dead.
Oh, my God. That's crazy. And I'm leaving it. I don't care. The Stitchers of the world are going to be, like, really upset with me.
Wait,
like, how could you do
we have
that?
to put a thing on the Seashore Stitchers. We have to do some sort of giveaway. Who has done the craziest thing while stitching, and what was it?
And what was it?
Hers is wooble.
so
far. What was it?
Well, yours was a little off-centered.
That's I'm a doctor. How can you be that off?
Because math is hard.
Math is hard. I've been doing math.
And those little tiny we both need glasses.
Oh my God. So yeah, those are the projects I plan on working on for stitching. And I think I'm going to stick with, I have to finish that test knit in a timely manner. So I'm probably going to focus mostly on the test knit, which is why I've kind of dropped my half moon tee and some of my other, like the sheer V tee and the half moon sweater for a little while now. So I'll finish that and probably pick those back up afterwards. And I just really want to finish this feeder shawl, and it's like a mindless sort of knit unless you're doing that small lace portion every now and then. So I think I'm still going to work on this most of the time on top of those. So we did participate in Knit in the Pit. It was the first one without John Giswald, so it was really sad. Brooklyn Boy Knits actually took it over, and a couple of the ladies that have been doing Knit in the Pit for a while, they helped him sort of get it going.
Oh.
It was really nice, and we ended up staying on the full 2 hours, and they sort of just shared memories about John and like what you know, what they remembered about him, and it was really sweet. And then we did our knit night, our first knit night for PhDyer patrons. I had 2 of you join, so it was exciting. John also joined. He knitted on his little hat while we did our knit night. So for those of you that joined, thank you so much. It was a lot of fun, and it was nice to kind of see your face and to actually knit with you in person, and get to talk to you about your projects and see like all your finishes. I do have some pictures of the finishes that some of you have sent me, and I'm going to basically put them in like a layout form, and then I'm going to do a shout out for like a maker shout out thing monthly. I tried to do this in the previous months when I first started, but I didn't get any pictures from anybody. But now that people have finished things, I'm starting to get some. So look out for the maker shout out. It'll probably be on Patreon as a post, as well as on my Instagram. And if you do have any finished projects and you want to show them off, try to join the knit night next month. I'm going to have one monthly, so it'd be awesome if you could join and we could see your stuff virtually, or like virtually in person, and kind of meet you and see who you are. It's a chance for us to kind of connect a little bit, and it was a lot of fun. And if you have pictures and you don't want to join the knit night, please like send them my way, whether they're in my fibers or not. Like, I want to see what you're making, and I think it's awesome to see what everybody else is doing. And I feel like I learn a lot when I talk to knitting with other people, talk about knitting to other people, and talk like what they're knitting. Sometimes I get really inspired by what I want to cast on next. So send the stuff my way, and I will do a maker shout out if you have anything you think you want to share. spinning up minis. I currently have a huge, this is 100 right here, huge amount of minis. I mean, it's not a ton, but 100 to spin up by hand is no small. So these are 20 gram minis, and I have 100 here, and then I'm still working on this box. This has a cone in it as well, so ignore that. But I did like 20 today. I still have like a couple more to do, but I'm actually gonna finish those couple tonight, and I'm gonna be dyeing Halloween Advents all night tonight, so I'll probably be up until some absurd hour doing that. So all the Halloween Advents will be dyed and will be done. Again, they are a secret, so obviously I will not be able to show those to you, but I'm not going to get footage of me dyeing them or behind the scenes. This is just one of those things that is such an undertaking that to film it would be rough. I think what I'm going to do is film, like Christina from Chelsea Luxe, she filmed when they were drying, like when they were done. She didn't film the dyeing process just because it's such large quantities. It's going to be hard to sort of film that, come up with the colorways, and then test them and do all that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish them, and I'll take footage of like them drying. I'll take footage of all the huge amounts hanging that are in the different colorways, of me maybe twisting them up, and packaging I'll probably film a lot of. So you'll get to see behind the scenes after the fact, probably a couple months from now, after you have opened your Advents and things are not a secret anymore. So I'm going to be working on that tonight, and then I'm also going to be working on personal orders probably over the weekend, as well as different sample fibers for Baltic yarns. I have a huge bag here that I've started of the different colorways on different bases that I'm going to share with him. And I'm going to add to this some ones that I don't have anymore, or that I didn't have in stock, like the Skyrack colorway. I may still dye up a Japanese maple because I don't think this shows enough of the color. Or maybe I'll switch something out and do a panel in this shawl so it's not so much mohair and I get like that Japanese maple to come through. But yeah, I'm going to dye up some that are missing from there that I think I really want him to be able to see. I also don't have too much cashmere on there, so I do want to do cashmere. And I just got that in stock, thank God, because I finally got to order cashmere. Also ordered some 80/20s. I think I'm going to have to discuss with him some issues with COVID, because I only have 70 to 100 at any given moment when I get these large orders that I finally am able to make, because there's a wool shortage. So I may have to explore with him some different bases if he's going to want larger quantities, because I won't, and I don't want to shut down my Etsy shop for any reason just to fulfill an order for the yarn stores. I want to be able to still do both. So I can't imagine that he's going to buy like 100 at a time. I think he's probably just going to buy like 25, 30. And he had told me originally that it would be a couple months before all these things happen, but then he kind of jumped on getting the pricing, the quantities, and now on Wednesday he wants me to meet him in person to show him these fibers. So I think it might be sooner, but I'll have to discuss that with him, and I'll let you guys know what he says, because I'm going to be putting out yarn subscription boxes. So me and Samantha have some really cool themes that we want to do, but I didn't give him the option to buy my BFL base. That's going to be specifically for kits, special yarn subscriptions, and sock kits, like that steampunk sock kit we did. That's going to be going out soon, out of the shop. It's not going to be back for a little while. And I'm going to replace it with this yarn subscription box idea that me and Samantha have. And we have all these really cute themes that we're going to be doing. And it'll all be in that BFL base. And I was able to order like 50 of those. So we'll see how that goes. And I may even put on the listing that the base can change from any given month. So when you subscribe, it'll be a month at a time on Etsy, where you're just basically buying that pre-order listing and you'll receive the mystery yarn of that theme for that month. And so I think when the month comes, I'll do an inventory of what yarn I have the most of and what I think that color will be represented best on that given month. So maybe not all of it will be in BFL, but I think originally I am going to put out a lot of BFL for those because they're really good for socks. It's a really hardy yarn, and I think this is going to be predominantly like a sock subscription box. And Samantha's getting in on it with me too, so I don't know if she's doing stitch markers or just one progress keeper. We have to still talk about that. But I think I'm going to put the listing up on the 1st. Normally I do like a post about behind the scenes on what's going to be offered before I offer it in my store. But there's really nothing to show you at this moment because it's a mystery. I don't want to like spoil the fun. So I'll basically give you a dream board like I usually do on what the theme is and how we kind of came about to do that. So that'll be like a little behind the scenes for the making of the week. Right now I can tell you what the theme is because it'll still be off of an inspirational picture that we'll provide, and it's going to be Nancy Drew Mysteries, I think. We had 4 different ideas, and that's the one we're kind of leaning towards. We have a really good background with Nancy Drew while we were younger. My mom had these like Nancy Drew computer games, and we always used to play Nancy Drew Mysteries, and particularly me and my mom got really into it. Samantha got into it for a few years and then kind of fell out of it when we got a little older, but even through high school and even now, like we go back and replay them. We loved them so much. Her Interactive makes them. They're Nancy Drew mysteries, so each one is based off of like a book that they did. So we're going to be picking one of those mysteries. We're going to run them for about 3 months, I think. And it'll be a different mystery each month, and you'll get a charm and the yarn. So I think it's going to be exciting, and I love the different themes. I don't see too much Nancy Drew or murder mystery yarn out there, and I think it'll be cool to do the murder mystery type thing for the upcoming fall season because everybody loves Halloween and stuff, and I think it's a different play on murder mystery that would be really cute. So I'm really excited about that. I did some making in my journal, and I'll wrap up with that just to show you. I finished the Birds of a Feather shawl a while back, and I'm so sorry. I have not done a photo shoot. I don't know why. I think it's COVID. I just am in my pajamas 24/7. I think this is the most I got dressed up since Knit with Hit, so don't judge me. Yeah, so I put the Birds of a Feather shawl in here, and then I put this Age of Gold shawl in here with my crazy poof. And then I think I'm going to also add the cross stitch that I'm doing. And instead of doing finished objects for cross stitch, we're going to do whips, I think. So I'm basically making these tiny little tassels out of the different colored threads, and I'm going to put them in there, finished or whips. And I think what I'm going to do for the drawing aspect of it is like draw out how I envision it being finished if I have like a really good idea for finishing. So I'm really excited about that. I spent some time today journaling, but I think that I will leave those for another day for journaling because I want to get started on these advents tonight. So yeah, so I'll keep you updated on Baltic yarns, and I'll keep you updated on my test knit as I go along. Darn Good Yarn got back to me. They're asking for even more yarn, so I'm waiting for some more sample skeins. And they're going to give me 3 more inspirational pictures, and they want me to dye their worsted base as well as their fingering base. So it's going to be busy, but it's going to be fun. And Woolen Women Fibers is growing, and that's really exciting. So I'm very excited and grateful about that. So thank you guys, because you really helped do that as well in the beginning, and even now, like with your patronage, it really, really helps. So I'll still be doing everything I do on Patreon. I love doing the vlogs, and nothing will change there. I'm just gonna have to stop being lazy and get up in the morning and start actually living the mornings like I used to when I was a PhD student. I hate the mornings, but I'm gonna have to learn to like them again. So yeah. So I hope you have a great week full of making. I will try to get some stuff done to have some stuff to show you next week. Until then, I'll see you on Monday for my making update. Bye.